We live. We live. What's going on, y'all? We doing a vertical live today. I'm not doing the standard live. I'm doing a vertical live today. Tune in, bro. Tune in. Who's in the building? I'm gonna do a poll in there. Give me a second. Hold on. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York? Of New York City. I have to ask today. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York City? Is Eric Adams the savior of New York City? That's what I'm asking tonight. Is Mayor Eric Adams the savior of New York City? He compared himself to Jesus Christ in the flesh. Let me know if you think Eric Adams is the savior of New York. Let me know. Hit that chat, hit that chat, hit that chat. Let me know in the chat. We're going to get to it tonight. We're going to get to Eric Adams. We're going to get to Joyless Joy, Joyless Joy Reid. We're going to go there tonight. We're talking about it tonight. Let me know in the chat. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We're just starting up. We ain't starting yet. We're just talking. Eric Adams compares himself to Jesus Christ. Let me know how y'all feeling about that. Let me know how y'all feeling about that. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York? Is he the savior? You know, listen, New York is not what it once was. New York is not what it once was. New York has lost its luster. New York is no longer a place people want to go, place people want to visit. Is Eric Adams restoring the feeling, man? Is he the savior of New York? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, let me know in the chat. Let me know if Eric Adams is the savior of New York. Y'all can let me know in the chat. We're going to get to it tonight. I'm just letting people come on in. Make sure y'all hit that chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York City? Who we got in here? Anybody in here? Salute, 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 salute. Who's in the chat? Eric Adams, man, compared himself to Christ, man. We're going to get to his comments later, man. How y'all doing, though? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Y'all see I got the Islanders gear on. I got the hat. I got the hoodie. I'm in the building. What's good, y'all? Who's in the building? Anybody in the building? Who's in the building tonight? I'm in the building tonight. Where we at? What we doing? What we doing, y'all? Tune in, tune in, tune in, tune in. Tune in tonight. Tune in tonight. Tune in tonight. Where y'all at? Tune in, tune in, tune in. Tune in. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York City? Let me know. He compared himself to Christ, man. Compared himself to Christ. He compared himself to Christ. Let's play his clip. Let's play his clip. Give me 1 second. Let's play his clip. Eric Adams compares himself to Christ. Let's play it. Let's play his clip. This is his clip. Eric Adams comparing himself to Christ. Let's play it. Wilding out.
Jesus was on the cross. He said, God forgive them, for they know not what they do.
They know not what they do.
All these Negroes were asking me to step down. God forgive them.
Wind that back. Wind that back. Wind that back.
When Jesus was on the cross, he said,
When Jesus was on the cross.
God forgive them, for they know not what they do. All these Negroes were asking me to step down. God forgive them.
Is Eric Adams the savior of New York City? Let me know, man. Let me know if is he the savior? Listen, New York is a shithole. Let's be clear. New York is a shithole. People are leaving New York. That's what they don't want to tell you. I know a lot of people that don't live in the city, a lot of people that don't live near the New York area, tri-state area. What they don't tell you is that a lot of people from New York are leaving. They're leaving New York. Because New York, first of all, you're paying high taxes on top of the congestion prices that they're overcharging people to live in New York. It's ridiculous. It's gotten out of hand, right? So they overtax the people. The cost of living there is crazy. You're paying thousands and thousands of dollars to live in a one bedroom apartment that's facing the wall. It's a shithole. Rats everywhere, pest everywhere, gang violence, drugs everywhere. Why? Who wants to live in New York in this day and age? It's not a place to go. It used to be a place to go, but it's no longer a place to go. People are leaving New York. And I'm here to ask the question: is Eric Adams is he restoring the feeling? Is he restoring the feeling in New York?
So, this is a biblical moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when Jesus was on the cross, he said, God, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Talk to him.
All these Negroes were asking me to step down. God, forgive them.
Talking his talk.
Are you stupid? So, this is a biblical moment.
One more time. One more time.
You know, when Jesus was on the cross, he said, God, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Mm-hmm.
All these Negroes were asking me to step down. God, forgive them.
Listen, man, is Eric Adams restoring the feeling? Is Eric Adams restoring the feeling? Is he restoring the feeling right now? Because in my opinion, listen, man, New York, like I said, and salute to Smooth. I see Smooth is in the building. New York is not what it once was, bro. New York, nobody wants to live in New York. It's a shithole. New York City is a shithole. Anybody, I don't know where you guys are from. Some of you guys are from different places, whether you be from the South, whether you be from the West Coast. Let me tell you something. New York City is a shit hole. It's a shithole. If you want to come out here to be a tourist, you want to go see the Empire State Building, you want to go see the Statue of Liberty, you want to go to, different places to see in New York. You want to get a slice of pizza, you want to go get a chopped cheese, you want to see where hip hop was created. That's all fine and dandy. You want to come out here and be a tourist and, see these different sites and things. That's all fine and dandy. But to live in New York City is not the move. It's not the move. People are leaving the city. People are leaving New York City, right? It's no longer a place to go. There was a point in time where in the city, Manhattan was popping, Brooklyn was popping. Bronx has always been dirty. The Bronx has always been dirty. Queens always had the women. Queens had a lot of beautiful women in Queens. But in this day and age, it's not as popping. Manhattan is damn near Disney World. It's no longer what it used to be. The Bronx is still dirty and disgusting and a lot of violence. Brooklyn has a lot of popping things. It's no longer as dangerous as it used to be. But the cost of living in New York City is just not what it is. People are leaving the city. And I'm here to ask, is Mayor Adams restoring the feeling? A lot of people are calling for him to step down. You got different politicians like AOC and different New York politicians calling for his resignation. And, I respect the fact that he's saying, I'm not stepping down. Step down for what? What am I stepping down for? I'm not stepping down. What is the point for him to step down at this point? Let the man do his term, different. Let me see, because there were protests for Eric. Let me just check this out. Eric Adams. Yeah, there was a couple people, protesting him out in the streets. Yeah, protests for Eric Adams to step down. We're gonna get to Joyless Joy Reid, y'all. We're just taking this one day at a time right now. Yeah, there was people protesting. Eric Adams shuts down protesters. Okay. This was a year ago. I'm looking for I seen people protesting him recently. 4 days ago. Okay. Well, they said 1,000+ protesters. Let me play this real quick. Hold on.
Breaking. 1,000+ people shut.
1,000+ protesters. Let me show y'all this. Hold on. 1,000+ protesters. Let me show y'all. 1,000+ protesters came out to protest
Down the
them.
streets of New York demanding that Gov. Kathy Hochul stand up to Trump and remove Eric Adams. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here.
What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments
See,
section.
pretty much Eric
Don't forget to
Adams,
subscribe and follow us for latest breaking
he,
news
he,
updates.
he did a deal with the devil. He did a deal.
Breaking.
He did a deal with the
1,000+
devil.
people shut down the
And the Democrats are mad. The Democrats are mad because Eric Adams did a deal with Donald Trump. Ultimately, he got his freedom. You know, he was dealing with a RICO charge. He was dealing with a RICO charge, where he was ultimately going to go to jail. He was going to go to jail, and pretty much Eric Adams being somebody who's like a conservationist, who wants to conserve himself, he decided to make the smart decision and say, listen, I'm going to do business with Trump. I don't want to go to jail. Do any of you guys want to go to jail? If you had the opportunity, like the Democrats are mad. The Democrats are mad that Eric Adams chose to do a deal with Donald Trump to preserve himself. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him for doing that. You know, he wanted to preserve himself. You know, if some immigrants have to get sent back home, you know, so be it. You know, and Eric Adams. You know, but is he the savior of New York City? In my opinion, this is just my opinion, and I'm just here talking to you guys. I think that Eric Adams is the mayor that New York City doesn't need. They don't need him. They don't want him. But he is the mayor that New York City deserves. They deserve a mayor that is corrupt. They deserve a mayor that is has his hands dirty, that can be sold, brought and sold, and is essentially a sellout to the Democrats. They deserve it. New York City deserves Eric Adams. New York City deserves him. They deserve a mayor like that. The city is a dump. You got people. You got people like Governor Hochul taking advantage of the New York City people with the congestion prices. It's a dump. It's a place full of corruption. It's a place full of liberal ideals that are ridiculous, stupid, and ridiculous. You have politicians there like AOC who are ridiculous, out of touch. So they deserve a politician like Eric Adams. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think Eric Adams is doing the right thing. Stay in office. Don't step down because they're asking you to step down. Step down for what? Step down for what? And we have to stop also acting like a lot of these Democrats. Like, we're seeing all of the corruption that's going on in politics. We're seeing all the corruption where all the money is being allocated by way of Doge exposing all of these different agencies and where the money is being allocated. We see that there's a lot of corruption in politics, right? We're seeing a lot of corruption in politics. So what's the point? What's the point of having him step down? Let the man stay in office. Let the man do his term. Let the man do his term, you know? We ain't got nobody in here. I'm going to just rock out. We ain't got nobody here. I'm going to just talk my talk. But yeah, you know, I'm in favor of Eric Adams staying in office. Eric Adams, stay in office, bro. Do your term. Do your term, Eric Adams. Stay in there. You're not the governor that New York needs, nor wants. You're the governor. You're the mayor that they deserve. They deserve a corrupt mayor that can be sold to the highest bidder for his own personal gain. That's what New York deserves. New York deserves that. They don't deserve an honorable mayor that it stands on justice and principles and righteousness. They don't deserve that. New York is not a righteous, honorable place. It's full of corrupt, liberal loonies, out of touch. You know, they don't deserve a good mayor. They deserve Eric Adams, and he's doing a fabulous job. He's being sold to the highest bidder, Donald Trump, by way of his own personal gain. I'm not mad at it. I'm not, me personally, I'm not mad at it. Y'all let me know. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York? I want to know. Everybody's saying no. Mostly people are saying no, 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 no. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York? Let me know. Is he the savior? Be honest, man. I ain't gotta lie. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York? We want to know. Is he the savior? Is he restoring the feeling back to New York City? Is he restoring the feeling? Maybe he's restoring the feeling for some of you guys. I think he's restoring the feeling. That's my opinion. But we're gonna get back to what's it called, Eric Adams. Let's talk a little bit about Joyless Joy Reid. Joyless Joy Reid. Let's talk a little bit about Joyless Joy Reid, where she feels her show had value. My show had value. Let's talk about Joyless Joy Reid a little bit. Let's get into her right now. Let's get into her. Let's get into Joyless Joy Reid. Now, Joyless Joy Reid, she was up there, crying and just mammying out, crying about her show. Now, let me say this, right? Most people in today's politics, right, when you look at different politicians, different political pundits, they're building their own platforms. They're not sitting up there crying about, oh, MSNBC, I lost my job and they let me go. Most people have built their own platforms. Most people have built their own shows. They're not sitting up there crying like a slave over a job because they've taken whatever equity that they've built with their political careers, with their political correspondent careers, and they've taken that, built their own platforms, and have taken it elsewhere. And they're not crying over a job. I don't see Candace Owens. Candace Owens, didn't she get let go off of I forgot the name of the network that Ben Shapiro's on. Didn't she get let go? Candace Owens, she got let go not so long ago. I didn't see her crying over her job. Even Don Lemon, when Don Lemon got fired, I didn't see Don Lemon crying over his job. But you got these people, these liberals, these Democrats crying over a job. Build your own platform. Why doesn't Joy Reid have her own YouTube channel? Why doesn't she have her own podcast? Why is she crying over an MSNBC job? You crying, you sit on a platform talking about white tears and white privilege, the same white people that gave you the job, and you're over here crying about the establishment. Build your own platform, black woman. Stop crying over the white corporations giving you the boot. Stop crying. Now, let's listen to her cry over losing her MSNBC job. My job had value. I don't believe that she had any value in her show. Her show was dumpster juice. It was trash. She had a trash show that she just sat up there and just licked the boots of the Democrats. You was licking the boots of the Democrats. You was licking the boots all the time, licking up the boots, licking up the soles of the boots of the Democrats. And then you know what they say? You know what? We're going to kick you to the keister. We're going to kick you. We're going to give you the boot. Because you on this platform yapping about this and yapping about that and licking Democratic boots, it's not giving us any views. So they gave her the boot. And listen, I want to salute MSNBC for giving her the boot. They did the right thing. It was best for business. Salute to Smooth. Smooth says, I don't know, man. Joy Reid was feeding the machine. It's only right to see her go. And yes, she should have capitalized her own platform by now. That's what I'm saying, Smooth. Smooth, that's what I'm saying. Most people Most people are, most political pundits. You even see it in sports, like when you see it with Stephen A. Smith, Pat McAfee. You see these people build their own brand, right? Go off, build their own platforms, and then come back to the corporations and get big checks. That's what people are doing. But you got some of these mammies and you got some of these political slaves, being political slaves to the MSNBC. You got these people that they're too lazy to build their own platforms. There's no reason why Joy Reid doesn't have her own YouTube channel. There's no reason why Joy Reid doesn't have her own podcast. She's over here crying over an MSNBC. What are you crying about? Go build your own platform. You got a voice. You got a following. You've been doing this for a while. She's like, my show had value. My show, no, it clearly didn't have value if MSNBC kicked you to the curve. Your show did not have value. Nobody cared. Nobody watched. Nobody cared what you were saying. And I may have to pull up that video where she was when she was defending. I'm not going to play that video because they was talking about sexual assault and she sounded crazy in that clip. I'm not going to play that clip though. But let's play her words talking about her show had value, which I disagree with. Let's play this.
My show had value.
No, it didn't.
And that
I'm sorry.
that
My show had
my
value.
show had value.
No, it didn't.
And that
I'm sorry.
that that what I was doing had value.
No, it did not. Your show did not have value. The reason why your show didn't have value is because it's clear as day why your show didn't have value. Your show didn't have value because you got on there and you decided to lick boots. You licked the boots of the Democrats. You didn't care about the other side. You didn't. That's the problem with a lot of these liberals and Democrats. They don't want to look at the other side of the argument. They don't want to articulate the other side of the argument. They don't want to articulate any. They feel that they are so unequivocally right that there's no way that taxpaying people that go to work 9 to 5, blue collar people, that there is no solitary way that they could not be in agreement with sending immigrants back. They don't even care to articulate that. They don't care to articulate all of the sexual offenders and criminals coming into this country. They don't care to articulate that. They don't care to articulate the other side of the argument. They think that they are so unequivocally right. And that's the problem. They're out of touch. Nobody cares. Nobody's watching. And that's why you got kicked to the curb. MSNBC understood where we are at today. Where we are at today, that's not where we're at. That's the top concern of people. Somebody says agreed. They so debating weak. Yeah, it's ridiculous. They're out of touch. A lot of these Democrats, they're out of touch. And you see her. She didn't wear her blonde wig. Normally, think about it. This is the same woman talking about white tears and all this other nonsense. She got on her show every day with a blonde wig. I could pull it up. All those. Actually, let me pull it up. She got on her show. This is the same woman talking about white privilege. Let me pull this up. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull this up. This is the same woman talking about white privilege and white tears and Karens and all of that. But she pulled up to that show with her blonde wig. Can somebody make me understand why this woman was pulling up to her show with the blonde wig? Why was she pulling up to her show with the blonde wig and you got all this smoke for Karen? And you talking about blonde hair. What's up with her? This is not a strong black woman. This is not a strong black women don't wear blonde wigs. I'm sorry, Joy. I got to keep it a buck. Joy, I got to keep it a buck. Strong black women don't wear blonde wigs. I'm sorry, Joy. I got to keep it a buck. Strong black women don't wear blonde wigs. I don't know. I never seen a Shada Shakur wear a blonde wig. Okay? I never seen Coretta Scott King with a blonde wig. Like, are we gonna be honest or we gonna be honest? We're gonna be real. Are you gonna talk black to me? Talk black to me. Did you ever see Coretta Scott King with a blonde wig? Did you ever see a Shada Shakur with a blonde wig? Let's just be real. But she wants to make y'all believe I'm a strong black woman. I have an opinion. My show matters. I speak for all black women. And is anybody in the FBA? Is anybody in the FBA? Salute to all my FBA family. You know, I'm foundational Black American. Any FBA people in the building? We got 16. We got 16 people in the building. Anybody FBA in here? Do you know she had smoke for foundational Black America? Tariq Nasheed, he pulled it up. She had smoke for foundational Black America. She was trying to discredit foundational Black Americans. She had a whole chart where she was talking about how foundational Black Americans they're spreading disinformation, ADOS and FBA. They're spreading disinformation. These are the top priority things of that's on black people's minds. Reparations, climate control. I don't know nobody black worried about climate control. The top things that black people are worried about are reparations, a hate crime bill. We're trying to have a bill in place that will protect us from white supremacist officers. Reparations, wealth redistribution, putting money back into our communities. Reinvesting in Black America. That's what's at the top of the docket for Black America. Climate control is not at the top of the docket. She did a whole thing where she said climate control was at the top of black people's agenda. I don't know any black person. If I go in any black community and I ask them, what are the things that are impacting your community? Climate control will not be on anyone's list. That is not the top of our concern. We got way more issues in the black community that's destroying our communities and destroying our people than the climate control. We need to get our stuff together as a community. You feel me? So she got on her show with her blonde wig. Of course, she didn't want to wear it for the farewell show. She didn't want to wear it for the farewell show. I wonder why she didn't want to wear it for the farewell show. Why she didn't want to say farewell with the blonde wig? I'm curious now. Why didn't she want to say farewell, guys? You're no longer gonna see me with my blonde wig. Interesting. Let's continue though.
My show had value.
My show had value.
And that.
I'm sorry.
That what I was doing had value. And
What were you doing that had value? I still would like to know what she was doing that had value. Going on MSNBC, calling Trump a racist, a fascist, a Nazi. What was the value in that? You were just imitating. And you were just repeating all the Democratic pundits. You wasn't saying nothing profound. You wasn't giving us any new information. You wasn't enlightening us on anything. You just got on your platform and just regurgitated every other Democrat that had the same words. You wasn't even smart enough to say, somebody's using Nazi. I'm gonna use another word to define him. I'm gonna find another synonym to define him. I'm not going to use Nazi. I'm going to use something else. You just piggybacked off of everything everybody else said. Oh, this Democrat called him a Nazi. I'm going to call him a Nazi. This Democrat called him a fascist. I'm going to call him a fascist. You wasn't even creative with the stuff you were saying with Donald Trump. And then I saw Don Lemon. Don Lemon, he was licking her boots. He was talking about, I feel so bad for Joy. Why don't y'all give Joy a job? Any of these Democrats, and I seen another somebody on MSNBC, a white woman, holding her down. Why don't y'all give her a job? Give her a job. Go! Give her what do they used to call it when you sign up for a job? What's the like the contacts when somebody's looking for a new job? References. There you go. References. When somebody's looking for, when somebody's trying to get a job and they have a few. Why don't y'all give her some references? Give her some references. Or why don't y'all help Don Lemon? Don Lemon, right? Why don't you help Joy Reid build a platform? Help her build a platform. Help her build a platform. Help her build a YouTube channel where she ain't got to be crying like a slave to MSNBC. Why don't y'all do that? But no, y'all don't want to do that. Y'all just want to go on there, go on live and say, oh, I feel so bad for Joy. She deserves her job back. Stop depending on MSNBC to throw you a slave check and build your own. F the plantation. Build your own nation, black woman. Stop throwing on those blonde wigs and build your own platform. Stop crying like a slave for MSNBC. Let's get back to it. Hold on.
value, and that
I'm sorry.
that that what I was doing had value, and in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV, and I think this is kind of
Oh,
like
it's all
TV, so I
performative
apologize.
anyway. It's all performative anyway.
And that it kind of, and then it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of
What's up, Sinclair? I see Sinclair's in the building. What's up, Sinclair?
a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted, and not just
Asian Americans were being targeted. What is she talking about? Let's continue. Hold on. Because that's the problem with a lot of y'all. Y'all think that this was some strong black woman and she was protecting the integrity of black people and she was articulating our pain. And no, this woman was a Democratic bootlicker. She was not for black people. She was not articulating black people. She was fighting for the Democratic left. She was just another Democratic bootlicker, biscuit eater. You know, she was hustling for a lifetime supply of Democratic butter biscuits. That's all she was doing. She wasn't fighting for black people or articulating our pain. She was up there doing the Democratic deed, and then you know what? The Democrats have no more use for her. They have no more use for her because they realize all of that, bucking her eyes and all that, sister girl attitude. It didn't turn out for her. It wasn't good enough to get Kamala back in that seat. It wasn't good enough. Sinclair says like, subscribe, turn on notification. That's a fact. And Sinclair says she was a script reader. That's a fact. And Sinclair, I'm asking the chat, why wasn't she smart enough to build her own platform? Why is she on this video crying over an MSNBC check? Why can't she build her own platform? All of the political pundits that have gone out there, they're not looking for no MSNBC check. You see it in sports, you see it in politics. People are building their own platform. They're not crying over MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, letting them go. Look at Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee used to play sports. He used to play on a football team. He built his own platform. Look at Stephen A. Smith. He been working for ESPN forever. He's building his own platform. Bill O'Reilly, Fox let him go a long time ago. You think he's crying over a Fox News check? No, he went to go build his own platform. Don Lemon, Candace Owens. People are building their own platforms. They're not over here sucking and jiving and tap dancing for a corporational check. That's what she's doing. She's crying because instead of building her own platform, building her own channel, building her own brand, she's been shucking and jiving for political butter biscuits her whole life. I don't feel sorry for her, respectfully. Cause like Sinclair said, she got on TV and read a script. I don't even believe most of the things that she was saying. She believes in. I believe that she was fed a script. I believe that, they fed her a script. She put some sauce on it. And that's what it was. She put some sauce on the script. She put some extra flair on on the script that she was receiving. And I'm sure the people that was her superiors probably didn't like some of the verbiage, whether it be calling Trump a racist, not necessarily a racist, maybe the Nazi and the fascism. They didn't necessarily like that type of verbiage. And then they, but when the election season was over, they was like, yo, we got to get rid of this woman. She's up here. We might f around and get a defamation lawsuit with this woman. She's hopping on the channel every day, calling Trump a fascist, calling Trump a Nazi. We might F around and get a defamation lawsuit with this woman. We got to get rid of this woman, you know? So Sinclair says she assumed her baseless loyalty would guarantee a paycheck. See, that's the thing. With a lot of these people, whether it be her, whether it be Roland Martin, a lot of them are hustling for butter biscuits, Democratic butter biscuits. They think that they're going to get some type of lifetime job. They think they're going to be like the next Walter Cronkite, legendary broadcaster. They think that that's what people want to hear. People don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear their nonsense. People want to hear political correspondence that reflect the people that are everyday people. They want to hear that. And when you look at the political pundits and the political figureheads, the ones that are successful, they represent whether no matter what side you land on, whether they be Democrats or whether they be Republican, they are successful at what they're doing because they built their own brand and they're representing a sector of people. She doesn't represent anyone. Who does Joy Reid represent? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, she don't represent black women. She does not represent black women. I don't know of any black woman that could say, oh yes, I listen to Joy Reid every day. I respect her opinion and she's so brave and she's such a great mind and a great political correspondent. Well, she I don't know any black woman that knows of her or that gives her that respect, that gives her that type of I don't know any black women that do that. So who is she representing? Because she doesn't represent black women, in my opinion. She doesn't represent black women.
Eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted, and
Asian Americans were being targeted. Now, just like I said, she did not represent black women. She was representing migrants. She was representing Asian Americans. She was representing everybody but black people. She wasn't caring about black people. Keep in mind, this woman had a job during 2020 when it was the George Floyd riots and Breonna Taylor and all that was going on. She's talking about Asian Americans getting beat up for one summer when COVID was going on. Like a handful of incidences. A handful of incidences. Nobody died, nobody perished. But here you had black men dying in the streets. You had Breonna Taylor, police officers kicked down her door. She lost her life. But she's talking about, not just black people, but Asian Americans that were getting beat up during COVID. Like, really? That was more important than George Floyd getting a foot on his neck or Breonna Taylor getting a door kicked down and dying in the streets. She does not represent black people. This is what comes to her mind. And another thing, she is a tether. I just want to let y'all know, this is a tether. This is not a foundational black American woman. A lot of people think that this is a foundational black American woman. This is a tether. She's a tether. I looked into her history. This is a tether. She does not represent foundational black America. Not to mention that she does not represent foundational black America. She absolutely disrespected foundational black America. Tariq Nasheed, he brought it out. She had a whole chart where she was saying that these are groups that are spreading misinformation. FBA, ADOS, these are groups spreading misinformation. She had FBA as a group that was spreading misinformation. How are we spreading misinformation? Because we're telling the truth about the Democrats not doing anything for the black community, not, working on our agendas and our incentives? How are we spreading misinformation? She was a puppet. She was a clown and a Democratic bootlicker and butter biscuit eater. That's what she was. That's what her job was.
Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed,
You wasn't
or
going hard.
when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted, and not just black folks, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to.
Sinclair says she's being replaced by 2 black hosts and a Latina woman. They just don't want her. Exactly. I'm going to be honest with you, Sinclair. I think that MSNBC, I think that they were looking ahead. They were looking like, yo, this woman, she gets on her show, she calls Trump a racist, a fascist, a Nazi. I think that MSNBC, they're trying to get away from a defamation lawsuit. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that they thought it's probably a matter of time before she says something. She's very reckless with her mouth. Very reckless, right? She talked about white tears, and I understood what she meant when she said white tears. She's trying to say, Karen white women that cry, trying to weaponize their tears against black people, when it's really not that serious, or when they're just trying to get somebody black. That's what she was trying to say. But the way she came off, she didn't articulate it right. She made it sound like, oh, anybody that's white and that's crying, that they should not be respected, or they should not be looked at. She didn't articulate it right at all. She made it sound like anybody that's white and that's crying should not be taken serious. Now that's very kind of cold. That's very kind of cold. So you telling me that a white woman that's been sexually assaulted and that's crying, she shouldn't be taken serious? Like, the way she sounded was very inconsiderate, and she didn't do a good job articulating what she was trying to say. So she's very reckless with her mouth. And I think that MSNBC were saying, you know what? We don't want a defamation lawsuit. We're looking further down the line, and we got a reckless black woman with a reckless tether that wears blonde wigs. We don't want a defamation lawsuit. Sinclair says, I'd have to agree. Fending off potential future lawsuit. That's a fact. I think that they were thinking down the line, and they didn't want a potential defamation lawsuit.
This country like my parents did, and try to make a life. And
you see, like her parents did. Her parents came from another country. This is a tether. This is not a foundational black American woman. She said her parents came from another country and came here. This is a tether.
Them, or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution, that is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient,
Now, did y'all ever see that with the book? Hold on, let me see if I could pull that up with the book. There's a book, right? Hold on, let me see if I could pull this up. Hold on, 'cause I did see this. Hold on, give me 1 second. Cause I think Megyn Kelly pulled that up with the book. It's like some type of book. Now there was a book, right? Let me see if I could pull this up, because she's talking about, this book. Whether it be books that, people don't want to have in their schools. There was a book that talked about a child being sexually assaulted, right? And there were people fighting against having this book in the schools. And she's trying to, articulate that a book that talks about a child being sexually assaulted, violated, that book should be in school. Why should that book be in schools? Why should that book? And she was like, I wish I could find this clip. Let me see if I can find this book. Let me see if I can find the clip. Joy Reid. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I got my Islanders gear on today. Give me 1 second, y'all. Joy Reid book. Not her book, but her fighting with this woman over a book. Yeah, the mom. Yeah, this is the clip. Moms of Liberty. Yeah. Give me 1 second. It was a woman from Moms of Liberty. They were fighting over a book that the book speaks about incest and a child being sexually assaulted. and she's trying to make it sound like this book deserves to be in school. Why should kids be reading about that? These parents are trying to protect their children from these types of things and these types of topics. You know, these are real life messed up topics that we don't want kids to be involved with. Like, we don't want kids to know about these things, and you know, until they're ready and articulate enough to have these types of conversations. These are real problematic thing, and that's not indicative of Joy Reid to say, oh yeah, these books should be in there. Who are you to say that these books should be in there? It should be indicative of the parents to say, no, we don't want these books in there. You know? Give me 1 second. Let's see if I can find this clip. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to get through this YouTube clip right here. Give me 1 second. 1 second.
LGBTQ kids. Do they?
Hold on.
LGBTQ parents and parents of LGBTQ kids. Do they have parental rights?
Every.
All right, hold on. Give me 1 second because I want to make sure this is the whole clip. All right. This is probably it. All right, give me 1 second. All right. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, I think this is the clip. Give me 1 second. I don't know if this is the full clip, but this is the clip.
LGBTQ parents and parents of LGBTQ kids. Do they have parental rights?
Every parent, Joy. Then every parent means every parent has the fundamental right to direct the upbringing of their children.
And liberal parents? Do liberal parents have those rights as well?
All parents. Sure.
So let me point you to some statistics. Because the question becomes then who gets to decide what all kids get to read? The Washington Post took a look at about 1,000+ book challenges that were filed, and they found that they were filed nationwide by just 11 people. Each of these people brought 10 or more challenges against books in their school district. Together, these serial filers constituted 6% of all book challengers, but they were responsible for 60% of filings in Florida. Tampa Bay Times, they found that of roughly 1,100
Is this the
complaints
clip?
reported in Florida since July 2022,
Hold on.
organizations like Moms for
Not,
Liberty.
we're not going to talk like
Hold on.
Moms for Liberty.
No,
We're
no,
going to
no.
talk specifically
And Moms for
Moms for
Liberty.
Liberty.
Absolutely.
So
This is
just,
10 America.
I'm happy to have this
Absolutely.
conversation with you, Joy.
Absolutely.
But we're going to be specific about the actions of Moms for Liberty.
Oh, 100%.
Because I can't be possibly responsible for every
Sure.
single parent
But
in
your
America. Right?
organization is the lead. You're the leading organization that's doing this. You have chapters all over the country, and other organizations are following your lead. And PEN America has listed, they have posted the list of books that have been removed from shelves as a result of these activities. Let me just read you a couple of them. Anne Frank's A Diary of a Young Girl. Mouse, which is a book.
Now, this is not the clip. This is not the clip. This is there was a clip about the book. It's like a book, and it talks about somebody being like a kid being sexually assaulted, and Joy Reid was up there like, you know, saying that the book should be on shelves and they should let the kids read it. And I was just like, yo, are you serious? A book about a child being sexually assaulted? That's what you think should be Let me see if I could go to Fox and because Megyn Kelly had it. Because let me see if I can find that clip, y'all. Hold on. Let me see. Because I think Megyn Kelly was talking about it. Yes, I watch Fox News. I watch CNN too, but I watch Fox News as well. But give me a second. Megyn Kelly, Joy. I'm just trying to find that clip. If I had the clip, I would just play the clip. But I remember Megyn Kelly had it. Let's see if I can find it. Damn, where is this clip? Damn, bro. Let me see something.
Your new favorite.
I don't know if I can find this clip. Give me 1 second, y'all. Somebody said you should have let it play. The clip that clip was like 30 minutes. I'm not gonna let that whole 30 minutes play. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second, y'all. If not, we're gonna get to Eric Adams. If not, we're gonna talk about Eric Adams again. Did anybody see Eric Adams compare himself to Jesus Christ? Let me know in the chat. We got 36 people in the chat. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York City? Let me know. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York City? Let me know, y'all. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York City? He might be. He might be. I want to know, man. Is Eric Adams the savior of New York City? He might be, man. He might be. Actually, let's go to that because I can't find that clip. We'll get back to Joy. Let's get back to Eric Adams. Let's get back to Eric Adams because I can't find that clip. But Joy Reid, good riddance, man. Good riddance. Joy Reid. There's no reason why Joy Reid shouldn't have her own platform. Like, it's 2025. You're crying. You're crying over corporations letting you go. Everybody got their own platform. No, I don't see any of the top reporters, like political reporters, crying over a job because they've all built their own platform. They don't. Ain't none of these top political figures crying over a job. They got their own platforms. CNN let me go. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go to my YouTube channel. I'm gonna go to my podcast, and I'm gonna turn up. Ain't nobody caring like that. But she's over here crying over a job. Joy Reid, get to work. Build your platform like a Candace Owens and build your platform and stop crying over it. Let's get to Eric Adams. Yeah, Eric Sinclair said blasphemy. Yeah, Eric Adams comparing himself to Christ, man.
So, this is a biblical moment.
Uh-oh.
When Jesus was on the cross, he said, God, forgive them, for they know not what they do. All these Negroes were asking me to step down. God, forgive them.
God, forgive them.
Are you?
And you hear people in the crowd. They're supporting him. They're supporting him. It ain't like people like hating on him for saying it. They was like, tell the truth. You hear that woman in the back? She said, tell the truth.
So, this is a biblical moment. When Jesus was on the cross, he said, God, forgive them, for they know not what they do. All these Negroes were asking me to step down. God, forgive them.
Listen, man, he talking his talk. Sinclair says, oh, Lord, the power of Christ condemns you.
Are you stupid? So,
listen, man, listen. Hear me out. Hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. Listen. Now, listen. New York City is a dump, right? New York City is a fucking dump. New York City is a dump, bro. Nobody's coming to New York City anymore. It's not a place that people come anymore, right? It's not a hub like it used to be. It used to be a place that people love to come, but I mean, it's lost its luster. I mean, of course people like to come out here, go to Times Square, see the Empire State Building and shit like that, and the Statue of Liberty, get a slice of pizza. But I'm talking about as a place to live. We're talking about as a place to live. A place to live. Excuse me. New York is not the place anymore, right? It's a shithole. People are paying out the ass to live in one-bedroom apartments that's facing a wall, and they're paying like $4,000, $5,000 a month. There's rats everywhere. The infrastructure in the subway systems are terrible. They have not been updated. Pest everywhere. Gang violence, drugs, and and then on top of the congestion pricing, anybody that has a car that likes to commute to work, it's not a place that people want to live anymore. And here you have Eric Adams. Eric Adams has inserted himself, and I'm saying this is what I'm saying, right? Eric Adams is not the mayor that the city needs. He's not the mayor that the city wants, because they don't want him because he's got his hands in all this different, the Turkish government helping him, and he's not the mayor that they need or want. But in my opinion, he's the mayor that the city deserves. They deserve a sellout. They deserve a filthy president, I mean mayor, that has his hands in different other things, and that's dirty and that's colluding. They deserve it. New York City is a dump. It's a dump. It's a dumpster fire. Nobody wants to live in the city. It's plagued with violence and crime. Rats everywhere. They deserve a nigga like Mayor. That's my. They deserve him. They deserve it. They deserve him. They deserve him. And I want him. I want him to have a second term. I want him to stay as the mayor. I am. He has my full. He has my full support. If I could vote, if I was in New York City, I would vote for him. I live in Long Island, so. But if I could vote, in New York City, if I was able to vote, I would vote for him. They deserve him. They deserve a filthy mayor that has his hands involved in different things. They deserve a sellout. He sold out the Democrats to Trump. You got different. Let me see, because I heard AOC was trying to get him to step down. AOC Eric Adams. She was, her fine ass. I ain't gonna lie. I think AOC is sexy. I don't like none of her politics, but she is sexy. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah, she's calling for Eric Adams to step down. Hold on, let me see if I can find that clip. Hold on. Here we go.
Right now, I think this is squarely about Mayor Adams' ability to govern New York City and for the New York City governance to be fully staffed to serve the people of New York City. And frankly, under this constant stream of scandal, I do not know if the city will be able to even name replacements for all of these resignations and vacancies at this point. And so it is a very unfortunate time. We do not want to see this happening in our city, but unfortunately it is. And I think for the best of the city, and so that we can continue to staff the administration of the city, it would be best for Mayor Adams to step aside.
Yeah, so you got people calling him to step. Oh, I'm mute. My fault, y'all. Yeah, I realized I was muted. My fault. My fault. I'm back. I'm back. All right. Yeah, but now I was saying that when you look at y'all hear me, right? Y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all hear me. Let me know if y'all hear me. Y'all hear me? Am I still muted? Yeah, I clicked the thing now. Okay, all right. Okay, y'all hear me. All right, bet. Thank you. Thank y'all. Now what I was saying that when you look at all these democratic places, look at all these democratic places. Look at New York. Look at Chicago. Look at Los Angeles. The liberals are bringing down all of these places. They're bringing down all of these places. All of these places are shitholes. All these places are plagued by corruption, political corruption, the tax money and the tax dollars being allocated to places that they shouldn't be allocated to, billions of dollars being spent on migrants, putting them up in high-rise hotels. The Democrats and the liberals, they go to all of these liberal places and they destroy the society there. They destroy it. So it's just like, it's ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous to me. So in my opinion, I think that Eric Adams is the mayor that they deserve. They deserve him. I think he's doing an excellent job. I want him to stay in office. Let me see. He was on the news where he was talking about. Let me see if I can find that. Where is that at? Okay, maybe this is it.
Okay, so there's a mayoral campaign that's about to kick off. The petition started yesterday. I want to get back to an event you had at the Gracie Mansion last night, where you spoke about Black History Month, and in it you said, quote, "All these Negroes who are asking me to step down, God forgive them." Are you implying that if you're black, you have to support you?
Sinclair says Tiffany Henyard got decimated last night. What happened with her? That's the sister girl with the nasty attitude, right? Tiffany Henyard. That's the sister girl with the nasty. What happened with her? Where she was at? What happened with her? Let me know. Maybe I'll look that up next.
No, not at all. I'm asking for all New Yorkers to support me.
So who are you specifically talking to when you say Negro?
Yeah, when you were saying Negroes, when you were saying Negroes, who were you talking? Who can you further embellish on that? What Negroes were you talking about, Eric Adams? And I gotta look into Eric Adams. Is Eric Adams a tether? We gotta look into him. He up there calling people Negroes. We gotta find out if you foundational Black American. You can't be up there calling people Negroes. You may not, in fact, be a Negro. If you're not a foundational Black American and your ancestors didn't go through slavery in America, I don't know how I feel about you saying Negro. You might be a Caribbean Negro, but you're not a foundational Black American Negro. So we'll have to look into his lineage and see if he's a tether.
Okay, so there's a mayoral campaign that's about to kick off. The petition started yesterday. I want to get back to...
She lost her election? Tiffany, I'm going to look into that next, Sinclair. Tiffany Henyard, we're going to look into that next.
The event you had at the Gracie Mansion last night, where you spoke about Black History Month, and in it you said, quote, "All these Negroes who are asking me to step down, God forgive them." Are you implying that if you're black, you have to support you?
No.
Oh, that's the sister girl that be blowing all the money. The Dalton, she lost. Oh, I gotta look that up. Cause I knew that name was familiar, Sinclair. That's the sister girl that be blowing all the money in Dalton. Yeah, the Dalton. Okay, I gotta look into that. Super mayor, yeah, Dalton. So she lost last night? Yeah, man. Listen, man, she was out of control. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Sinclair, the feds need to pick up that case on her, man. They gotta pick up the case on her. Clearly she was blowing money. She was blowing money fast, man. She was spending money on she was like, what she was doing, she was out of control. The feds need to look into her. I don't know. If the feds don't look into that woman, I think that she may be in like collusion with some high-powered Democrats, because I don't see how the feds don't look into her. The feds got to look into her. Yeah, the feds got to look into her. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. I kind of blame the people of Dalton. I'm going to get into that next, Sinclair. I'm going to watch this clip, but I blame the people of Dalton because you know what it is, Sinclair? I'm going to keep it a buck. A lot of liberals and a lot of Democrats, they don't even know who these people are. They see a black woman, they see a black face, this person is running for mayor, this person is running for office, and they just pull the lever. They don't, they just vote for them at the ballot. They don't care about what they stand for. They don't look into their background. They don't look at, the work that this person has done for the community. They don't look into they just see a black face, they see a black woman with a weave, and they think that this person is from the community, and they're going to do a good job. I blame the people of Dalton for falling for the okie doke. You let this woman come in office and run amok, act a fool, allocate the money of the town, all these different places. I blame the people of Dalton. They allowed it to happen. They allowed the nonsense to happen. Sinclair says the feds can't prosecute during an election. It's a considered election interference. She toast post-election. Okay. Maybe in a couple of months they need to look into her. They got to do something because what she was doing, she was out of control. She was out of control. But let's get back into this.
I'm asking for all New Yorkers to support me.
So who are you?
And we got 52 people in the building. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got 52 people in the building. We're talking about politics tonight. We're getting into we're getting into Mayor Eric Adams. He compared himself to Jesus Christ, the Lord and Savior. I'm asking, is he the Savior of New York City? Is he the Savior? Is he the Christ of New York City? Is he the Savior of New York City? He might be. Listen, man, New York is not where it used to be anymore. Maybe he's going to restore the feeling back to New York. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the voting. Then we're going to get to Tiffany Henyard, the super mayor of the city of Dalton.
Specifically talking to when you say Negroes.
Well, who has stepped down? Who has asked me to step down? If you look at that whole speech, the speech talked about the continuation of lighting your flame and continue to light and shine. And that's what we've done in this administration with our team. So those who have called for me to allow my flame to prematurely be extinguished, that's
You know who Eric Adams look like? Don't he look like Al Sharpton's younger brother? He look like he could be Al Sharpton's younger brother. He looked like a browned boiled egg. He looked like a brown boiled egg. He got this egg head shape, head glistening, and he kind of looked like Al Sharpton. Let me just. I hate that. Listen. Sometimes you got to major in the minors. Don't he look like Al Sharpton a little bit? He look like Al Sharpton. Al Sharpton. He done lost some weight. He no longer hanging out with Diddy. Diddy done dropped him for TD Jakes. He kind of looked like an Al Sharpton a little bit. He kind of like Al Sharpton. They're like they could be brothers. Al Sharpton, Eric Adams. Two corrupt people from New York City. Let's get back into it. He kind of looked like Al Sharpton, though.
You're saying all New Yorkers are Negroes?
I thought I was very
Sinclair says he's the savior of his offshore bank account. That's a fact.
clear in my definition of what I said. All New Yorkers, we got 8.3 million New Yorkers, 8.3 million people didn't call for me to step down. I get just the opposite when I'm in the streets.
So anybody who's black who calls for you to step down, they need help from God. I'm focusing on this because your use of the word Negro.
Was that blasphemy? Anybody black? Now he kind of sounds like Joe Biden. Remember Joe Biden said, "If you don't vote for me, you ain't black." But Eric Adams, he putting Christ in it. He's saying listen, man, is that blasphemy? Let me know.
They need help from God. I'm focusing on this because your use of the word Negro has come up repeatedly over the last couple of weeks. And I think some people actually have an issue with that term. So explain who you're talking to when you use that term specifically.
I didn't say they need help for God. I said pray for them. Wasn't that what I said?
You said, quote, God forgive them.
Exactly.
Pray for those
And
Negroes.
so let's focus on this for a moment. Isn't our democracy is based on who the people of the city elect? Why are we trying to disrupt and take the power away from the people of the city who elected me to be the mayor? And then ask the question, what have I done that we're going to usurp that power from the people? I have not been convicted of a crime. I've moved the city forward.
Not yet.
I've done the job that New York has asked me to do. And so when you have those that are trying to usurp the power of the voting rights of the people, that is not democracy, and God forgive them.
Okay, when you take a look at it, then you look at the
God forgive those Negroes.
The latest poll that came out yesterday had
Sinclair says, "Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not lie."
Andrew Cuomo's not even in the race at 38% right now. When you look at the polling numbers, you can't get matching funds. What is your path forward to get reelected as mayor in your eyes?
Well, go back and look at February 2021.
Yeah.
I was there.
I don't think he gets reelected. He got a lot of opposition against him. I don't think he gets reelected. But I think the city deserves him. I think he should be reelected. I think the city deserves him. Let me get into Tiffany Henyard, because Sinclair told me to look into that. Loses, yeah. Tiffany Henyard loses election. Let me get into that. Let me get into that mammy. Hold on. She lost her election. Oh wow, they celebrating. Wow. Dalton residents celebrate Tiffany Henyard primary law. Hold on.
The people.
So they celebrating. Hold on. I didn't know they were celebrating. Hold on. They turning up to Tiffany Henyard. Hold on. They celebrating.
Have spoken, and Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is out of office. Joni Lum has more from yesterday's election.
They celebrating.
Residents of Dalton put the Tiffany Henyard era to rest, voting for Jason House to win the primary election here. Henyard brought national attention to this village and controversy, and residents say they're ready for something new.
I am sorry that she didn't do right by Dalton with the opportunities that she had, but kudos for Dalton.
You have to be connected to the people. So when you're in office, it's very important.
You can't be connected to the people when you're a narcissistic mammy. There's no way for you to be connected to the people when you're a narcissistic mammy. All you're gonna do is think about yourself and your own economic gain. So that's the problem. See, the people of Dalton, I'm gonna keep it a buck. The people of Dalton, you empowered a narcissistic mammy. And then when you gave power to that narcissistic mammy, she went out of control. You know what's the phrase when you give somebody an inch to take a mile? You gave a mammy an inch and she took a mile. That's what happened. Y'all should have y'all should have did your background checks. Y'all should have looked into this woman. I think a quick Google search would have probably let y'all know. Y'all would have did a quick background check. Y'all would have realized that you empowered a mammy. And that you had no right voting for a mammy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the people of Dalton, and it goes back into what I said about, black people voting. Black people, when we vote, we gotta do the research. Just because somebody has a black face, just because somebody has a black face and you think that they come to your community, that doesn't mean they're gonna do a good job, bro. We gotta do the background checks. We gotta look into what they're talking about, what they stand for, their principles, their morals. The days of us, the race-based identity politics, we gotta get away from that. It really has crippled us as a people. I mean, when you go back into the Obama years and the terrible job he did incentivizing the LGBTQ and all these other communities and not helping the black community, when you look into the Joe Biden presidency, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I mean, up into the Kamala, even if you go back to the Clinton years, I mean, the race-based politics does not work for black people. We got to stop with the race-based politics, man. We got to sit down with both parties, hear all of their points, all their agendas, what they want to do. We got to look into their background. Like, we really got to take the time, bro. The whole race-based, just because somebody is black, just because somebody, they want to give you a hand five on the black hand side, that's not good enough anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. We got to get away from the race-based politics. It has not worked for us. Sinclair says, like, comment, subscribe. That's a fact. Let me pin that. Hold on. Let me get a second. Let me pin that. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We still got 9 likes. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We got 9 likes. Hit that like. We got 55 people in the building. We only got 9 likes. Hit that like button. Don't this man kind of like James Earl Jones a little bit? Rest in peace to James Earl Jones. He kind of like James Earl Jones just a little bit.
To do the right thing.
All the chaos over social media and stuff like that, I think that's embarrassing to them.
Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Hit that like. We got 75 people in the building. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button.
Henyard said she was the victim of.
Look at that. Got the brand new weave. Got the makeup popping. Got the Mac. Got the Mac makeup, got the brand new weave in. She gonna make sure she turn up for that election night. It's out of control, man. This is what happens when you empower a mammy. When you empower a mammy, it's gonna go to shit. Um, hold on. PC says what we have to really understand that race-based politics is how they play. You know, race-based politics is how they play. But you know, I think that a lot of black people, a lot of black. I'm talking about black. I'm a black man, so I'm speaking about black. You know, politics. Um, I think that you know a lot of black people are waking up. We realize a lot of us are realizing that you know the race-based politics have not worked. If we just look at the past, like I said, if we look at the past, we realize that the race-based politics have not worked for us. So I think a lot of black people are waking up. And when you see a situation like this, like the Dalton mayor, it really opens up your eyes to the whole race-based politics. It really does. Like you know, the people of Dalton, you know, they're gonna learn from this mistake of empowering this mammy. They empowered this mammy, and they paid dearly for it. Now they're moving forward. You know, possibly, you know, Tiffany will be prosecuted as she should be. And you know, the people of Dalton will have a better day. You know, they have a better, you know, better days ahead. And the tyranny of this mammy is over. You know, the tyranny of this mammy is over, and you know, hopefully they learn from this lesson. We got 76 people in the building, and I only got 9 likes. I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Give me 1 second. I need y'all to hit that like button. All right, hit that like button. We're gonna get back to Tiffany Henyard in a second. Give me 1 second. I gotta grab my charger. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta get my charger. Where's my charger? Huh? Wow. Yeah, man, stop empowering the mammies, bro. Y'all gotta stop empowering mammies. Stop giving these mammies jobs in political office. Y'all gonna have to learn, bro. And then y'all talking about having Michelle Obama run. Y'all don't want another mammy in that White House. Stop it, bro. Actually, she's not a mammy. She's more like a manly mammy because that's really a man. I think so. I think Michelle Obama's a man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that's a man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm convinced that's a man. I'm gonna be honest, yo. I'm gonna be honest. I'm convinced that's a man. So, but all right. Had to make sure my charger was in. I'm back. All right. Sinclair says, "Look at the election results. It's the biggest loss I've ever seen." Oh, the election results for the Tiffany Henyard joint. Let me look into it. Hold on. Was it like a landslide victory? Let me see. Well, let me get into Tiffany. Let me get into because we're about to play Tiffany. Let me see what she's about to say. Hold on, because it was about to play Tiffany. Hit that like button, y'all. We only got 10 likes. We only got 1 like from that last moment. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let me see what Tiffany was saying.
False allegations. The FBI and independent investigators were looking into village spending. Residents disapproved of her methods. Henyard was confident to the end, dancing in the street outside a polling place.
Look at this woman dancing, twerking. Like, what is wrong with this woman? Like, see, this is what happens when you empower a mammy. When you empower a mammy, they don't care. See, her nonchalant attitude, and how she's like moving and stuff like that, that just tells me that she didn't really give a F about this job. She done made her money. She didn't scam. She didn't do what she done did. She didn't really care if she won or lost. Because if you really want the job, if you really feel like, yo, I'm the best mayor and I'm the best person for this job, you're not going to be sitting around there dancing and acting a fool. You're going to be looking stressed out. You're going to be feeling like, you know what? We did a good job. Like this woman, she didn't care about this job, man. She's a clown, bro. She's a clown.
Spending. Residents disapproved of her methods. Henyard was
Look at this,
confident to the end,
Look at her.
dancing in the street outside a polling place. But when the totals came in, it was the Jason House Party doing the victory dance.
They was happy,
He
man.
won 88% of the vote.
Get this woman out of there.
12%.
We faced 4 years of intimidation, 4 years of failure, and tonight is the new day for the community as a whole.
Some residents were joyful because they had history with Henyard. The wife of the ousted police chief was in tears.
Tiffany Henyard tried to destroy my family's life, tried to destroy my husband's credibility, and this goes to prove this community stood behind us, and we stand behind them.
Some residents admitted that they were supporters of Tiffany Henyard 4 years.
85% of the vote. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't know that. 85% of the vote. Yeah, they were sick of that mammy. They was ready to get that mammy up out of there.
And they hoped she would be a good public servant. She is still the supervisor of Thornton Township, and the general election for mayor here is in April. Joni Lum, Fox 32, Chicago.
Yeah, man, that's what happens when you empower a mammy, bro. Stop empowering the mammies, man. When you empower a mammy, you're gonna pay dearly for it, man. You know, it's just what it is, you know. Sadly, but you know, it is what it is. Hold on. This is what it is, man. Yeah, man. But you know, that's what it is tonight, man. 85% of the vote. That's crazy, though. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. Hey, y'all, hit that like button, man. Wait, what's with y'all tonight? Hit that like button. Somebody says she destroyed a guy's life and put dirt on his name, and then she dances. Yeah, she's a clown, bro. Like I said, when you empower a mammy, that's what happens, man. And we could sit here and we could kick in the back of Tiffany, and we should, but I'm going to be honest with you, bro. What we should be looking at is race-based politics. That's what we should be looking at. We should be looking at Tiffany. Tiffany is a mammy. She's a criminal and she's a mammy. A criminal and a mammy is going to do what a criminal and a mammy is going to do. They're going to do what they're going to do. It was indicative of the people of Dalton when election season came around the first time to make sure they didn't empower a mammy. But that's what they did. You know, they aligned themselves with race-based politics. Just because somebody had a black face and they seen this person before, they just said, oh, we're going to give you the job. That was clearly a bad idea. That was clearly not what they should have done. And they paid dearly for it. So I think that, you know, the people of Dalton, they learned a valuable lesson. They learned a valuable lesson. You know, they won't empower another mammy. I'll tell you that much. I know they won't do that. Sinclair says she stole money from those elderly residents. Yeah, she stole money. She closed down people's businesses. Let me see if we can find all of that stuff Tiffany was doing. Tiffany Henyard. Tyranny. Tiffany Henyard. Well, you know, everybody's reporting on the loss right now. Yeah, she was out of control. I remember all of the stuff that she was doing. Closing down people's businesses, destroying people's lives. I remember all of the stuff that, you know, I wish I could find the clip. Yeah, I remember all of that stuff that she was doing. She was wilding out. But like I said, man, a mammy is going to do what a mammy is going to do. A mammy is going to do what a mammy is going to do. You know? So, you know, listen, I'm happy for the people of Dalton. They got that mammy up out of there. But, you know, it's really a valuable lesson to be learned in terms of race-based politics, man. People got to wake up from the race-based politics. That's what they got to do. Let me see the poll. Is Eric Adams the Lord and Savior of New York City? People are saying no. Meter says typical Democrat. Yeah, Democrats. Listen, man. No, Republicans are messed up. They're corrupt. The Republicans are no better. But when you look at the pure corruption of these Democrats, it just makes you feel like, wow, man, it's crazy, bro. A lot of these Democratic places are getting taken advantage of. Now, there's no such thing as a political group that's 100% clean because they're all corrupt. The Republicans are corrupt too. But when you look at these liberal cities, these cities they've been under Democratic rulership for so long, it just makes you think about all the corruption, man. There's so much corruption for so many years. It's crazy. Yeah, man. It's out of control, bro. It's out of control. We got 62 people in the building. We only got 11 likes. Hit that damn like button. I gotta tell you, Negroes. To hit like. Y'all got me sounding like Eric Adams right now. I gotta tell you, Negroes, every 5 minutes to hit the damn like button, man. What the hell? What else y'all want to talk about? Because I think I'm gonna close it down tonight. I've been on here for over an hour. What else y'all want to talk about before I get out of here? Is there anything political that y'all want me to discuss? We talked about Eric Adams. We talked about Joyless Joy Reid. We talked about Tiffany Henyard. Is there anything else we need to discuss, y'all? Let me know. Anything else we need to discuss? Let me go on a couple of sites to see if is there anything that I missed? Because I'm gonna call it a night. I didn't want to do a typical show today. I didn't feel like loading up my camera and doing all this other stuff today. I just felt like chilling. Is there anything I missed, y'all? Let me know. Oh, Sinclair, did you hear? Sinclair? They're talking about releasing the Epstein files tomorrow. Did you hear? Let me see. Let me play that for Sinclair before I get out of here. They're talking about releasing the Epstein files tomorrow. I seen it on Academics page. Let me play that for you, Sinclair. Hold on. I don't know if Sinclair saw this. Yeah, let me play this for Sinclair. Because I know Sinclair been watching this. They're talking about releasing the Epstein files tomorrow. Hold on. Play this for Sinclair. Let's play this.
A lot of people are wondering, because you said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk, when can we see them, and what's taking so long to release them?
I do. Jesse, there are well over, this will make you sick, 200 victims. 200. So we have, well over 250 actually. So we have to make sure that their identity is protected and their personal information. But other than that, I think tomorrow, the personal information of victims. Other than that, I think tomorrow, Jesse, breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released by my office.
What kind? Are we going to see who was on the flights? Are we going to see any evidence from what he recorded? Because he had all of his homes wired with recording devices.
Yeah, what you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information, but it's pretty sick what that man did.
Okay, well,
along with his co-defendant.
One of the things
Yeah, so allegedly they're saying some files will be released tomorrow. Now I don't know. Is it going to be useful information? Are you guys going to just show us a bunch of meaningless information? I mean, clearly they're not going to release any names of any victims, which is reasonable. I mean, you can't release names of victims, but are you going to release names of celebrities, possible politicians, people involved, people that are close to the situation? I agree with Sinclair. I believe it when I see it as well. I would like to know. I tell you one name you're not going to see on there because I'm pretty sure they're going to scrub his name off of there. You're not going to see Donald Trump name on there, and I think he was on those flights. I'm gonna lie, he was on. we seen the pictures with him and Epstein. Let's just be real. He was on a couple of them flights. He was on a couple of them flights. Just to keep it a buck. You're probably not gonna see him named in there unless the Democrats are really petty and they're like, you know what, let's let that list through. I could see that though. I could see the Democrats being real petty and say, let's let that Epstein list through. We gotta throw a couple Democratic celebrities underneath the bus. Let's do it. I could see the Democrats doing that. Yeah, I can see the Democrats doing that. Actually, now that I think about it, I can see them doing that because the Democrats are desperate right now. They're very desperate. So if they could throw Trump's name in the Epstein files, then they're gonna do it if they can do it. But that's about it, yo. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I've been on here for a long time. Listen, salute to Sinclair. Salute to all my mods. Salute to everybody in the chat. I'm gonna holler at you guys. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe not. I'm gonna let you guys know. I gotta get some rest. Sinclair said the Democrats don't want that. They're major donors on the list. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact. I think that they're willing to throw a couple celebrities underneath the bus, though. I'm gonna be honest. I think that they're willing. I think that if the Epstein, because you gotta think, Trump is weaponizing Doge against all of these different these different governmental agencies, IRS, FBI, Department of Education, Department, all these different agencies in the government. Their one ace in the hole could be, hey, let's tie in Trump to these Epstein files. Let's tie him into some victims, and ultimately let's try to further dirty his name, which is already dirty. In terms of him being prosecuted, that's almost impossible now. Yeah, but you have to understand, Sinclair. The Democrats they're desperate. They're very desperate. Do they want to throw billionaires that make up the makeup of their campaigns and donors? No, but a couple of these celebrities. A couple of these celebrities that probably turned coat on. A lot of celebrities, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of celebrities, they said that they were going to vote for Kamala, but I think a lot of them voted for Trump. Remember when Beyonce came to the Kamala campaign? Who wasn't there? Now, I'm not saying he voted for Trump, but that spoke volumes. Beyonce came out at the Kamala Harris campaign, holding hand in hand Kelly Rowland. Why didn't she come out with Jay-Z? This was before the 13-year-old civil charges that Jay-Z. This was before that case. Why didn't she come out with Jay-Z? I think that a lot of people this election season didn't say that they were going to vote for Trump, but they voted for Trump. I think the Democrats may be trying to, maybe kick a couple celebrities underneath the, throw them underneath the bus if they have to, They're desperate. The Democrats don't want that. I think the Democrats are petty, though. They're petty. But listen, salute to all my mods. Salute to Sinclair. Salute to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys hit this like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm going to see you guys another live. We out, man. Y'all have a good night, man. Toodles.